Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And today's video, this is episode 2 of how to get into UMTYMP, and this is the intro to pre-algebra, one of the fundamental concepts of the UMTYMP entrance exam. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, I apologize for the change in the style of it. I think for some reason it turned like this old format that I used to have. So I just changed it back to a new format. So now the agenda for today is I want to talk about solving for x. You've all heard of those problems, maybe even the meme where you have, well, it's not exactly like find x or something, but you have 3, 4, and x, and you will be asked find x, and it's like this, yeah. So it's not like that, but just so you know, I just want to make a connection. Sorry, but we'll be going over practice problems and functions that you must know. So pre-algebra is not actually hard, guys. If you think pre-algebra is hard, gotta change your mindset, because once you do get into UMTYMP, you'll start thinking, pre-algebra, I wish I was still in it, right? So systems of equations and solving for variables are the two fundamental concepts in pre-algebra. Now in the schedule that I put, let's see, where is it? Over here, I said equations, solving for x, and basic pre-algebra. And pre-algebra only consists of 2 sections here because it's not that big of a deal, but geometry really takes up the big part here, right? But yeah, those are the 2 things we're going to be looking at today. Let's get started. So first is systems of equations. Now, there are 2 types of way to solve for systems of equations. You may use elimination or substitution. Now, here, you might not know what these terms are, and you're probably like sitting there confused. What is this guy talking about? Practice is key, folks. So I'm going to go over a simple example over here and do it in both substitution and elimination to show you how this works. Solve for beta and gamma. Now, when I was writing this, I think I shouldn't have put it in Greek letters, because now you probably don't even know what this is. And I put y somewhere in there, but let's put A and B, and I'll just change this real quick. Now, the first method is called substitution. Now, let me label it put it as that. Now, substitution is where you set a variable equal to an equation of another variable in systems of equations, and you substitute. So you set this equal to, you bring 7b to the other side, and then you set that a into here, and then solve for b, and then you can solve for a. So how this works is, so we have a is equal to plus 7b is equal to 8. Now what you want to do is bring the 7b to the other side of the equation. So we get a is equal to 8 minus 7b. And it's not a good 7. All right, so a is equal to 8 minus 7b. Now with this, we're not going to plug into the same equations because we're just going to get 8. We want to plug it into this equation because we know this, what this sign tells us is like both of these are connected. So given this, we want to plug it into the other equation. So what do we get? So we get 2 times 8 minus 7b plus b is equal to 7. Now this is 16 minus 14b by distributive property. So we get 16 minus 13b is equal to 7. So, wait, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. I am. So you get minus 13b is equal to 7 minus 16, which is negative 9. Was that right? I think, yeah, that's right, okay. Which implies b is equal to 9 over 13. This is our answer for b. Now, in order to find a, we can plug this back into here and find a. So if we do that, a is equal to remember 8 minus 7b, so 8 minus 7 times 9 over 13. And you could simplify this if you want, but yeah, this is the answer. I'm just going to leave it like this. Now, next is elimination, the elimination method, and I'll do it over here. Now, just so you know, some of these numbers might be pretty bad, but it'll keep on the exam. For quantity A and B, it'll be what quantity A will be just A, and quantity B will be B, and you have to compare the two. So let's just make sure we're getting the same answer here. Now, for elimination, you want to either multiply this or divide this by some number to get two of the same variable. So here, let's say I wanted to match A with this term over here. I'd multiply by 2, so I'd multiply this all these quantities by 2. Subtract, because we know they're connected, and then we can solve for B because A would get eliminated, and hence the name. So what we can do is change this into 2A plus 14B is equal to 16. And that's just by multiplying everything by 2. Now, let's get the other one. 2A plus B is equal to 7. What do we get? So we get 13B is equal to 9. B is equal to 9 over 13. And if we solve for A, we get, we just put this back into the equation. But you can see here that we're getting the same value for B here and here. We just here and here. And hence you should get the same value for A. But those are the two methods for systems of equations. The next method is called solve for X. And in my opinion, this is the easiest topic of the exam. If you thought this was easy, like this is easier. So just in my opinion, you might think that statistics is easier than solving for X, but that's your personal opinion. So the ones in the exam are very simple. You might see them pretty often throughout the quiz. Now, X is not equal to Y. This is an example problem. So X is not equal to Y. And on A, we have, let's see, so 2X plus 7 is equal to 7. And then on B, we have 3Y plus 9 is equal to 10. Now, let's say you have your bubble sheet out. Oh, and I think I forgot to include something in here. Actually, these things need to go up here. And on this side, we'll have X. And on here, we'll have Y plus 2. All right. So in order, actually, I'll put plus minus 1/3. Okay. Now, in order to solve for this problem, let's first take this equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this over here. So for simplicity, now to solve for X here, we can bring 7 to the other side by subtracting both sides by 7. So we get 2x is equal to 0. Dividing by 2 on both sides, we get x is equal to 0. Now for this other equation, 3y plus 9 is 10. Subtract both sides by 9, we get 3y is equal to 1, and y is equal to 1/3. And I once again made a mistake with this. This should just be y. Now, y is equal to 1/3, and x is equal to 0. Hence, let's see, so it's just B is the answer. Now, when you're given this piece of information is so irrelevant. And you might be thinking, oh, he probably made a mistake in creating the answer. But no, N-O. On the exam, they will have like background information that you probably won't even need for the problem. So don't ever read the background information first. Read the options and then look at the background information. Especially if it's something like, X and Y, you want to look at the equations. And if you see something X is not equal to Y, just eliminate C immediately, right? So that's the solve for X portion. Very simple, shouldn't take you that long. So remember, keep practicing. And I said I'd talk about the functions. I actually didn't make a slide, it was more of a talking thing. But there's obviously addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. There's also exponential functions like 2 to the power of x, but there won't be too much of that because you'll actually be learning that stuff inside of UMTYMP once you pass the entrance exam and get in. But yeah, remember, keep practicing these systems of equations and solving for x. Solving for x is probably the easiest topic. For systems of equations, I try and come up with the most difficult example for the level you might all be studying in, especially because you get a lot of weird numbers, and you should be able to cope with that on the exam. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just keep practicing. You will find a bunch of different systems of equations examples online. Look to Khan Academy, that's what helped me the most. And in the next video, we're going to be looking at some advanced pre-algebra concepts, and I was actually planning on recommending for some resources to use. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.